Hello students, in today's lab we are going to find out the dissociation constant for an indicator. So our aim is to determine the dissociation constant or the indicator constant. We call it indicator constant also for phenolphthalein indicator using colorimeter or spectrophotometer. You can do this experiment using any of these apparatus. Instructions will remain same for the two, but here we will be using colorimeter. All right, the apparatus required for this experiment is test tubes, beakers, pH meter, cuvette, dropper and colorimeter. Chemicals required are 0.2 molar NaOH, 0.2 molar boric acid and saturated solution of sodium carbonate and also phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein indicator. Phenolphthalein should be freshly prepared for this experiment. So before going to the procedure, let's see what is the theory behind the indicator, especially this phenolphthalein indicator. Here is the structure of phenolphthalein, this one. This form is called benzenoid form, and this form of phenolphthalein is colorless. When in the presence of a base, it undergoes ionization. Its ionized form is pink in color. So whenever phenolphthalein gets ionized in the solution, it gives pink color. So that's why we can find out the end point while doing acid base titrations. All right, now this is the simple form I have written. This is the simple form for this reaction over here. All right, we can clearly see in the presence of base, it gets ionized in H positive and ion negative, and this ion is pink in color. And in the presence of acid, the reaction goes backward and this form is formed, which is colorless in nature. So that is why only in the presence of base this phenolphthalein gets ionized. This is because, see here, it's a phenolphthalein is a weak acid. If some strong acid is present here, strong acid will give H positive ions. So common ion effect will be caused, and the strong acid will not allow this indicator of phenolphthalein to ionize so that it can give color. Or we can say due to Le-Chatelier's principle, if this gives H positive ions, this reaction goes into backward direction. So this form is dominant in the reaction when the solution is acidic or the acid is present. All right, so that is why we say that for the phenolphthalein the acting range is from 8 to 10 pH until unless it approaches this pH, the solution pH of the solution approaches this value, indicator phenolphthalein will not furnish pink color. So this is the concept behind this reaction, and you can note down the structure. Now see, we can see in detail how we can find out the reaction constant for this reaction. Let's calculate the reaction constant for this reaction. If K is the equilibrium constant, then K will be H positive, let me write it here, H plus ion concentration, this concentration, and total protonated form of indicator concentration. So product and reactant concentration. So if there is 1 mole of this indicator in the solution, and out of which alpha dissociates, so alpha ions of H positive ions will be formed, alpha of this will be formed. If I say this is C multiplied by C, so this is the concentration of the indicator. When it dissociate, it will give C alpha and C alpha. Alpha is the degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation, which can be defined as the fraction of number of moles which have been dissociated. So fraction means the number of moles dissociated divided by the original initial concentration before dissociation. So alpha is degree of dissociation. We can write K indicator as concentration of H positive product minus divided by a concentration of reactants, this way. So here I substitute the value of ion minus ions, which is C alpha. Keep H positive as it is. This will be C alpha divided by concentration of this, which is C1 minus alpha. Cancelled out. This is KIN. This will be equal to concentration of H positive ions and alpha divided by 1 minus alpha. One more thing. This is a very important point we must know. Alpha is degree of dissociation, which is proportional to, both symbols are same, which is proportional to concentration of ion minus ions, these ions, and concentration of these ions will be proportional to absorbance of the solution, because these are the ions which are imparting pink color to the solution. So degree of dissociation we can say is proportional to absorbance. Proportional to absorbance. So we will make use of this relation. Alpha is proportional to absorbance. So we will find out the absorbance for different concentrations and their dissociation constant will be accordingly. So now from this equation I have KIN, H positive ion concentration, and alpha by 1 minus alpha. Equation I can take negative log of KIN, which is equal to negative log of this. So negative log of H positive ion concentration plus, we are taking negative log, so minus log of alpha by 1 minus alpha. So from this equation, this factor is known as pKin for the indicator. So we have this equation. This will lead to pKin of the indicator will be equal to pH of the solution, pH of the solution minus log of alpha by 1 minus alpha. So this is the main equation we will be using to find out the indicator constant pKin value, and then take antilog and we can find out KIN value. For the procedure we will follow these steps. In the first step we will find out the lambda max. For the lambda max we need a solution with most intense pink color. So for that we have taken 10 ml of sodium carbonate solution and added 4 drops of phenolphthalein. So it is a basic solution. Phenolphthalein indicator will be completely dissociated. All the ions, whatever is the concentration, will be completely dissociated in this mixture, and all the ions will give pink color. So the color in this solution will be the most intense. We will make use of this solution in the colorimeter to find out its filter or lambda max, and the blank solution here used should be sodium carbonate saturated solution without indicator. And the second step is the finding out dissociation constant in different concentration of acid and bases. So this dissociation constant will be proportional to or equal to, this will be equal to actually the absorbance of that particular solution divided by the absorbance of this maximum intense color, absorbance of phenolphthalein in the presence of saturated sodium carbonate solution. So whatever absorbance is coming out from the step 1, we will divide the absorbance of different mixtures with this absorbance and we'll find out alpha. So let's see, draw the table. And experimental setup is like this. In one burette we will take NaOH 0.2 molar, in another burette we will take 0.2 molar boric acid. So we will prepare the mixtures of different concentrations of acid and bases and will add same amount of phenolphthalein. Every time in every solution you have to add 4 drops. If you are using ml wise like 1 ml or 2 ml, that ways also you have to take equal amount of phenolphthalein in all the solutions. This way you can draw the table for the observation. This is observation table. Observations. So we have taken at least 6 solutions. The 7th one is the standard solution, which is reference solution actually, 10 ml of sodium carbonate, which is the saturated one and will give the intense color for the phenolphthalein. So first reaction mixture is take 0 ml of NaOH from the burette and 10 ml of boric acid. Similarly for the second mixture, 1 ml of sodium carbonate, 9 ml of boric acid and so on. So you will prepare 6 different mixtures of acid and base. Using pH meter you can find out the pH of these solutions so that we can be sure that the pH is lying within the action range of phenolphthalein. And absorbance, now to these mixtures add 4 drops of phenolphthalein in each mixture. Add equal amount of phenolphthalein. So the intensity of the color will be different in all these 6 solutions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So note down the absorbance. Again take the blank. Here in this case you will take the blank solution, distilled water. So distilled water, blank solution here is distilled water. Using distilled water, set the reading of the colorimeter equal to 0 and note down the absorbance in each case. Now the last absorbance, the last one value is the maximum absorbance which you have to make use here. So you will calculate alpha I. Alpha I means absorbance of the respective solution divided by the absorbance of the most intense solution. So AI by maximum absorbance for this and all. Have calculated log of alpha upon 1 minus alpha and you have the pH of the mixture from this column. So compare this equation with y is equal to mx plus c and you can plot, you can take pH is equal to y and x is equal to this log of alpha by 1 minus alpha. When you plot these two, you must get a straight line according to this equation. You must get a straight line with intercept is equal to pKin. So you can calculate pKin from the graph and you can calculate pKin from these different values of pH and log of this for each reading. So you have to calculate pKin here also. So you will have 2 pKin from the graph and you will have pKin which is average pKin value, average pKin from the table. Making use of this pKin value, you can take anti-log of this and you can also find out indicator constant Kin. So in the result you have to report, I write here, in the result you have to write pKin and KIN from the graph, and these two pKin, KIN from the table 1, 2, 3 and 4, and fifth and sixth value pKin theoretical and KIN the theoretical value. So you can compare the three, pKin from the graph, from the table, and whatever is the theoretical value, the actual value. So we will compare these three results. So this you have to report in results.